Passive dividend income in 1 month from an ISA and a SIPP combined. For October last month, let's see what stocks paid me, how many were there, how much they paid me, and whether we beat last year. Welcome to Destination Wealth. So most of my investments are in a stocks and shares ISA with Interactive Investor and a SIPP, self-invested personal pension with Hargreaves Lansdown. I've got some crossover in the shares in both. The SIPP I've got more in. The ISA is fewer, but some of the shares are the same. There's some different ones in the ISA and some different ones in the SIPP. But the majority of them are the same this month. We're going to look at the two combined. I already did 2 videos on them separately. So we're going to have a look at them both combined, see whether I beat last year and whether we're on track for the whole of the year to beat 2024 in passive dividend income. The aim is to get to a point where the dividend income that comes in is almost like a salary. At the moment, what I do is I just completely reinvest those dividends straight back into the stocks that paid me, that buy me more of that stock, in turn giving me more and more dividends and compounding that wealth. The first one we're going to have a look at is the ISA. Going back on a previous video, we went into detail into the stocks that bought me, and then I'll go through all the 5 stocks that paid me and how much they were combined. Actually, we'll do that first. The 5 stocks combined across the 2 portfolios that paid me were, first one, Games Workshop, one of my favorites. And in total, over the 2 accounts, Games Workshop paid me £85.80. The second one that paid me was not actually a stock, it was a fund called VUSA, which is basically the S&P 500, all the top shares in the S&P 500. And I only own that in the ISA. But that paid me £16.20. Third one was Greg's, which I do own in both accounts. Combined though, for the month, Greg's paid me £167.20. Fourth stock, or not stock again, fund that paid me in both accounts, split between both accounts, was Gore Street Energy Storage Fund. Specialise in energy storage from wind farms, solar farms, sell it back to the grid. They paid me £177.57 across both accounts. And the last one, little one that I've got, was Trifast. Specialise in fasteners for mainly the automotive industry, not just that, but had a bit of a tough time, but they still pay dividends. They paid me £25.81, and I only own that one in the SIPP. All of those together, those 3 shares and 2 funds, paid me a total of £472.58. Nice little chunk in the into both accounts in October, and all of those again reinvested straight back into the funds or the stocks that paid me, just buying more shares. Really cheap way of doing it, buys me more shares, which in turn the next time around that they pay dividends, I get paid even more because I own more of the stock. What we'll look at now is the combined totals for the month of October, see how it compared to last year, and then see where we are on track compared to the whole of last year, for the whole of 2024. Are we beating it? Are we behind? What does it look like we're going to do for the whole 12 months? You can see October 2024, we pulled in £255.99 across those two holdings, the ISA and the SIPP. And this month, a nice increase, nearly double, £472.58. So a great increase this month. I mean, it was slightly down last month, but August was a super month. So we're now tracking at £7,610.21 in passive dividend income that I've had to do no work. Well, I say no work. I've done the research to invest in the stocks and decided which ones I'm going to buy more of. But you know, once you've done all that hard work of the investment research, then it just is simple. Just reinvest. So £7,610.21, which is already way ahead of last year for the full 12 months. So we were at 6,948 last year for the whole 12 months, 7,610 for the first 10 months. We've got 2 months left to go, and I know for a fact we've got dividends. We've already had dividends come in November, but we've got more coming in November and December. So we're running at an average of 761 a month for the 10 months, compared to 579 for the 10 months of last year. Now, I'm hoping for the whole 12 months we should top the £8,000 mark. Sorry, cat's making a lot of noise. We should top the £8,000, which would just be massive. Pushing on to that next milestone of £10,000 a year. That's an amazing amount of money that you're just getting paid for doing nothing. You're getting £10,000 worth of free stock every year, and growing every year, buying you more stock, bringing in more dividends. It's just snowballing, and that's not even taking into account the capital gains or the stock price appreciation as well. That's why I love dividend investing so much. It gets poo-pooed quite a lot on YouTube, but you've only got to look at people like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and how they made their wealth. It's pretty much through really savvy investing in stocks they understand and ones that pay huge dividends. The amount of dividends those guys rake in is just obscene. And it looks tiny to begin with. You're looking at dividends of £85 a month and £25.81, but combine them all together and you're £472 a month from doing nothing, just from owning some stock. It's a great way to invest if you ask me. This is not investment advice, it's just the way I do it. I just love dividend stocks, and they seem insignificant in the beginning, but as your investments grow and your portfolio gets bigger and bigger. Now at the moment my SIPP is running, I've got invested funds of £245,308. Decent amount. Some of that's cash, not a lot of it, a couple of £1,000 cash. Most of it is invested. And nearly all of the stocks in there pay dividends of some kind. The ISA is £82,301, much smaller. The reason I've got both is because the ISA is instant access. If I suddenly needed that money for whatever reason, I could sell everything, withdraw it all within a week. Probably sooner than that. The SIPP, of course, is a pension fund, so I can't access that. I think it's 56. I can access it, not that I will, but it's a pension fund, so you're getting a huge tax relief when you pay the money in, and you will be taxed when you withdraw it and draw down as income. So it's designed to be withdrawn in retirement. But there you go. If you're interested in the month where I hit over £2,000 in 1 month and what stocks I owned and which ones paid me, check this one out next.